All right, so we are starting in Unit 2 today. That means that the semester is already 1/4 done, right? So it's a short, quick semester, 25% down, 75% to go. I will be grading the Unit 1 assignments as quickly as I can, so that you have feedback. If there are things that you weren't doing up to standards or expectations in the first discussion and voice thread conversation, I will tell you that in grading feedback so you can make those improvements moving forward. So look out for your grades. I'll post an announcement when I have completed all of the grading, but your grade will post as soon as I get to it. Make sure that you're seeing all of the announcements that I'm posting, because those have really important pieces of information for you. This one of the latest ones about making sure that you're not using outside information in the class is an important one. I don't want to grade things that I didn't assign for you. Even if you feel like, well, I know this, or I already knew it from another class, it's really not up to me to judge the quality of that information that you have from other places. So I don't want to do that. I haven't assigned a research paper for this class on purpose. So stick with the course materials. There's a lot of it, as you've seen. There's plenty of stuff here for you to build your voice thread conversations and your discussion posts on. So Unit 2 will run from June 10th through June 16th. You have some more terminology here. We're now moving into a unit on immigrant experiences. So the first unit, we really covered processes and types of immigrants. Now we're thinking about the experiences of immigrants, in particular in the receiving or host societies. So there's some new terminology, not a lot of it, but pay attention to it because this terminology may really conflict with the way that you've been thinking about some of these words in the past, in particular with generations and thinking about assimilation. Okay, so it may differ. I don't want to say conflict, even though I did. It may differ from the way you've been thinking about those terms, or how you might use them in everyday life kind of thing. Remember, this is a social science, so we use concepts accurately and clearly. We have to be very specific about it because science has to be able to theorize and test those theories through research. We have to be able to measure our concepts, our constructs. So we have to be specific. In the assigned readings for this week, you're going to meet a lot of new concepts. And again, some that have been familiar to you, but maybe we're not talking about them in the same ways that you understand them to be already. So allow it to challenge what you know, so that you can build out your understanding in more critical, complex kinds of ways. You have 4 readings this week. The Gordon and the Jimenez readings are longer ones, and Beeman and Tran will be your short context pieces, like the ones you saw earlier. Keep in mind, take a look at the date of the publication when you open those articles. The context in which things are written really does matter, because some of them are quite old. You have a quiz on those readings and on your terminology. Some of that terminology is the new stuff and some of it may carry over from the first unit. The final exam for the class is cumulative, so you can't just forget what you learned in the first unit and move on. We're building. Even though the topics are a little bit different, they're all connected in really important ways. So you want to be able to demonstrate that your knowledge of the subject is building in a connected way. In the voice thread conversation, you may certainly choose to draw on things from Unit 1, but you want to focus your voice thread conversation post on the Unit 2 materials. And again, no outside stuff. Data discussion, similar to the last one, but different sources of data that have to do with assimilation experiences. And just the extra graph, this one was also in Unit 1, but I think it's a good reminder, especially as you read through some of the stuff for this week, like the Jimenez article, just to keep in mind what's shown in that graphic. Okay, so another quick unit, June 10th through June 16th. A lot of people have been emailing me questions, and they've all been very good questions, so keep them coming. Whenever you're not sure what somebody's saying or what to do with something, just send me an email and we will certainly discuss it. I lost my train of thought there. I was going to say something else. But just keep the emails coming. I'm always glad to answer your questions.